In this video we're going to look at data transmission and how data is transmitted. Okay, so we're going to start by thinking about having two computers. Here's our computer number one. Okay, computer number one. Here is computer number two. Okay, and basically what we want them to be able to do is we want our two computers to be able to communicate. So we want to transmit data between them. Okay, now there are basically two different ways that we can do this. Okay, so we could connect them together using one wire. Okay, like so, and then they could communicate. Basically, this is called serially. So they could communicate over a serial data connection. Okay, and basically when we communicate using serial data transmission, basically what happens is we just have one wire, all right, and the data travels one bit at a time. Okay, so you can imagine that it would travel in a sequence. Okay, and in fact, and it would travel this way. Okay, and maybe we might have another wire that would allow us to transmit data this way. Okay, but basically the data, okay, is traveling one bit at a time, and that's called serial data transmission, where the data travels one bit at a time, okay, along one wire. Okay, and we've just got two wires on here, just like this is just like a universal serial bus cable. Okay, in a universal serial bus cable, you will find two wires, one to transmit data one way, and another wire to transmit data the other way. Okay, so that's one way that we can transmit data serially. Okay, one bit at a time. Now there's another way we can do it. So let's draw another computer. Computer number one again. And here's computer number two. Okay, and let's think about how we could do it a little bit differently. Okay, so this time, all right, we are going to hang on. This computer's not very good. I'm sorry. I'm going to do this again. I'm being a bit OCD now, aren't I apologize. Okay, all right, that's maybe a little bit better. There we go. All right, this is computer number two. So how else could we allow them to transmit? Okay, well, maybe what we could do is we could have multiple wires. All right, so rather than the data traveling sequentially, like in our serial data transmission, maybe we could have multiple bits traveling at the same time. So I could create 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now what I can do is, rather than the bits traveling one at a time along the same wire, like we've got over in our serial data transmission, now what I can do is I can have multiple bits traveling along different wires, all going in the same direction, like that. Okay, so now I've got these 4 bits all traveling at the same time along 4 different wires. Okay, now, so this first one here is known as serial data transmission, one wire. The bits travel sequentially. Okay, and down here where we've got lots of different wires, all right, and bits traveling at the same time, that's known as parallel. Okay, so this is parallel data transmission. Okay, and when we've got parallel data transmission, we've got multiple wires and we've got bits traveling at the same time in parallel. Okay, so we've got serial data transmission and parallel data transmission.